Hey, Bigamot. I think we should just give a little bit of time so we can get some more people in here. I don't know. I feel like Katabe, Nicola, and Jake.
Yeah, Alman is missing as well.
Yeah.
I wanted to unmute myself and I left by mistake.
I
Hey,
always
what's up,
do that
Ashley?
when I try to stop watching somebody's stream. I always like mess up the buttons and I'm like, oops, I left.
Yeah, the UI is quite messy, to be honest. Like if you click on the like from the outside, but yeah, how are you? Resting finally a bit?
A little bit, yeah. Trying to slowly transition my brain from one thing to the other for sure.
Right. Quite a difference, right?
Oh yeah. Well, and just the straight burnout of trying to tear everything down and not having the help that we really needed, but it's okay. Here we go. We got some more people. Hey, Ahmad. Hey, Almond.
Hey, Jim.
We'll give it a minute and see if we get a Kotabe, but if not, we'll just get started. All right, we can just start with check-ins and maybe he'll pop in. So I'll go ahead and go first. My intentions for the call is pretty much just to kind of get caught up. Hopefully you guys can help me go through this agenda and what I don't understand or don't know about, provide some information, and we can all get on the same page by the end of this call. And then I kind of know where we're at. And I went through I went through the Communitas channel and I saw the stuff in there, but there's a couple things in here that I would love to have some clarification about so I can help with. So yeah, really just get caught up and facilitate a smooth call. And I don't really have any distractions right now. I'm here and present. So I will pass it to, oh, we got a couple more people. Yay. I'll pass it to Almond.
Thank you, Ashley. So great to have you back. I really miss you. My intentions for the call would be to catch up and to also invite everyone for our special tomorrow workshop with Darjana. So that would be my intention of the call, and no distractions. And I pass it to Nicola.
Hi, hello, happy, what's today? Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It's like my Monday. Okay, guys, hi. Yes, welcome back, Ashley. It's so nice to have you back. Also missed you. Okay, I am here to also, catch up and catch up. Catch up. And well, you can write it only 2 times. Only 2 times to catch up. And the third thing would be I wanted to add something. Yeah, my only distractions are that I know that there are like plenty of applications waiting to be processed for this round, and I'm behind. So that's like my distraction at the moment. I feel like I should be doing that instead of being here, but I want to be here with you too. So I'm gonna pass it. Oh, do you have any? That's it. Okay. I'm gonna pass it on to Franco. Did you go? Welcome back from Ibiza.
Yeah, thank you, Nicola. Hi everyone. Intentions for the call as well, catch up, and catch up, like Nicola. See what's going on, maybe tell Ashley a little bit, like see if we can help explain what's been going on a little bit. And yeah, no distractions at the moment, only that I came back from holidays with a little bit of a cough, but that's fine. I'm okay. And I'll pass it to Ahmad.
Thanks, Franco. Welcome back, Ashley. Nice to have you back. Also, welcome back to Claire as well. Welcome, Claire. Yeah, my intentions are to go through some of the pending stuff. There's also a few things I wanted to get people's feedback on. One is the website categories. That's one that I want to push forward. And yeah, I also wanted to check in on when we're doing the next GPS meeting. So maybe we can talk about that later as well. And let me pass it on to Claire.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Ahmed. Oh, goodness. It's good to be back. I am today obviously wanting to catch up on everything that's been happening. There's been a lot going on, I can see in the server. I also would like to find out more about the GPS sessions. And I'm only distracted a little bit by going to Berlin tomorrow, and I still haven't found somewhere to stay officially. So aside from that, all is good. And I don't know who's been because I was a little bit late joining, but I'm going to hand it to Rainer at a guess.
To activate my camera. It works. Hi. I'm here also to catch up and orient myself. I've been out for a long time now. My first day back, and yeah, just to understand what's going on. There are a couple of conversations on the forum that are still unfinished, and maybe we can talk about them just quickly, where they are. I don't know if anyone heard me.
Heard you.
Yeah, we heard you. We heard you. I got it down. Yeah, and I think that those conversations are still on the agenda. If I remember right, they're just down at the bottom. So let's see if we can touch on them. And then I think a couple people still haven't gone. Let's pass it to Kotabe.
Do you hear me? Hello, hello. Okay, awesome. Okay, so intentions and distractions. I want to talk about a few things. GR15, I think it's important to organize around it. I want to talk about GPS, kind of like having a PSA for that and find a good time for it. And then kind of like an update on builders and big work. And if we have time, I been working on some. Oh no.
I can't hear anything. I don't know
I'm
if
sorry,
I'm
it got cut off. You said you've been working on some, and then I didn't hear anything after that.
I think we lost him.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll pick back up. How about Bigamot?
Sorry, to go over what? What the intention for the call?
Yeah.
I guess to catch up and see what you guys are up this week after the Darling Ben and everything.
And do you have
Nothing
any
else, sorry.
distractions? Okay.
Always.
And I think we're still missing Jess. And I think we just got one more. We have Tropical Mango.
Hey guys, so I wanted to my no distractions. I wanted to chat about the Web3 tooling and give power delegation on this call, or just share a little on that. And that's it. Thanks. Oh, oops. Is there anybody to pass it to? I think everybody's gone.
I think everybody went, but I kind of hear some sound coming from Katabe, so I just want to make sure he didn't have anything else to add. He said
Okay.
you said he'd been working on some things, but then it cut out.
Yeah, sorry. Just a few info, like we talk about infographics, and I'm just trying to kind of like clear out the narrative of how um, donors and projects can benefit from Giveth. And Roderick helped me with some infographic for that. So if we have time, I will like send it. If not, then another time it's fine. And I think that this session will be a bit like crowded. And this is not a priority. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no problem. Well, it seems like from check-ins, there's a couple people that want to just touch on some things, so I want to make sure that we get to those. Looks like we could talk about grant round 15 pretty quickly and touch on that. I read something in the server about maybe having like a competition or like a contest or something. I'm not really sure the details or if that was decided to go through on. So I guess what is it that we need to do to prepare for grant round 15?
I can help you with that. So Suga already updated the grant. So that's done. And then the only thing that's missing is to have communications around our grant. So this 15 round ends on the 22. That means that we have a little bit of less than 10 days to start communicating the grant. And I think that everything is actually already in place and good to go. Yesterday, Mitch helped with some memes. That was the only thing that kind of were missing to start communication. So that is ready as well. I already shared those with Cody. And yep, I think we're good to go to start communicating the grant.
Okay, cool. I assume we'll probably talk about that in the comms call next. Then if the only thing that's left is like a communications plan, maybe we can help them come up with something or yeah, talk about it in our next call. And then did you want to give a GPS PSA?
Yes, but also just tapping on this GR15.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's great that we have already all this. I think that we also should, I am in at least some Telegram groups where people are sharing their grants, their different grants, and kind of like trying to get more people involved. I think it will be great if we can also do this each on our own side. But also on a larger extent, I think that it will be great if at some point, and it doesn't have to be on this round, um, but we have like someone on Giveth that is more focused on Giveth uh, grants and donations, like our own in our platform, like the makers uh, funding grant, and also I butchered that name by the way. Sorry, kind of like missed it. The Giveth project itself and the Giveth the GR the Giveth project also on different. I think it will be great if someone can create a goal for it and then kind of like try to rally work around it. It's just an idea, but I think it will be awesome that someone can like steward uh, the goals for fundraising for Giveth fundraising itself.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I know in the past, like, it seems like each round somebody takes the stewarding of the grant round, and then the next round that person's like too busy, and so somebody else takes it on. It seems to be the pattern so far. So it sounds like Suga has been taking it on now, and updating, adding updates and things like that. Are you talking more about like shilling our grants or
Yeah, I guess just having one person that has in the back of my mind, like I want to make this be as good as possible, and is thinking about it like almost like for example in the case of GR15, like these 2 weeks, like what can I do to make this better, and then it's kind of like rallying everyone towards certain goals. Like hey, like we also want to do a communication. It will be great if everyone retweets this uh, together each. Uh, yes, someone kind of like spearheading um, these efforts.
Okay. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Maybe Suga, since she's really updated with what's going on, can take that on this time. Maybe she'll be in the communications call and we can talk to her about that. What we used to do is we would set up like a 30-minute call time or something for communications and everybody would join and then we would all like shill in our networks together. We'd create like kind of a skeleton message and then we could adapt it however we really wanted and like, I don't know, I have hundreds of Discord servers. Maybe not hundreds, but it feels like it. I have a lot of servers and I can chill in, and we all have like our own avenues of where we can chill. So we used to have these like shilling parties essentially right before the grant round ended or when it was going, and we would all get together and do that. But I still think that that's a little bit more of a communications thing.
Yeah, true. Yeah, the way that I saw it is kind of like we can think about it more from a strategic perspective here, and then from a implementation or execution perspective at the Comsco. Um, I feel that I might have a little bit more bandwidth. But I don't know how much I can really commit, but maybe I'll try to also. I mean, I can sort of work with in this and just also have some ideas for strategies and try to rally people. Um, if someone wants to kind of like co uh, support or co do this with me, that will be awesome. But if not, I can also kind of like try to rally some efforts and just yeah, maybe take a bit more ownership and responsibility.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Let me know. I don't know that I have a bandwidth to lead that right now, but let me know if something gets scheduled and I'd be happy to join and help to shill and spread the word. And then do we have a date set for the next GPS session?
No, we don't. If you want, let's jump to another topic. Well, let me just check how the voting is going, and then we can come back to this. But so last time it was raining like last Thursday, but we decided to push it back a little bit. And the voting has a few options this week and more options next week, so that we can so more people who will be back from Burning Man to really um, join here. And since you have most of the expertise, um, bring value to the GPS.
Okay. All right, yeah, let's move on to the next thing. Okay. So it looks like these are all things from last week, and I just left them on the agenda so we could touch base so I can kind of see where we're at with them and see if we still need to follow up or things like that. So it looks like you guys went through and defined more of these community building tasks and maybe assigned them to some people. Do we feel like we have enough coverage on these tasks, or does it seem that we should go through them again and assign people?
I'll be honest and say I didn't have a look at this.
Okay, yeah, no worries. I feel like from when I look in the Discord, the only place that I really saw any gaps while I was out was in the support channel, which is fine because I know like not everybody knows how to answer those questions, and I feel like I caught up. I mean, people were very patient with us, and I feel like I'm getting caught up in there. that was really the only place that I saw. I mean, when people were coming in, people were being welcomed, there were questions being answered, and even in the support channel, there were still people trying their best to answer the questions that they did know how. So I feel pretty solid that there's not any really big gaps that are lacking, but of course we can probably always improve upon that. So maybe I'll take a look at this spreadsheet and maybe with Claire, since she made it, and we can go through and see if there are any gaps. We have a sync call later this week. And maybe then next week when we come back to this meeting, I can have some more information around these tasks and see if we can move forward or get more coverage in areas. But I think for right now, it seems to be okay unless there's any big objections or gaps that somebody else sees. So moving on to conflict resolution, we have
I have the
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I have the doodle update. So we have 8 people that have responded. Ashley, Nicola, Katia, Franco, Almond, Matt, Claire, and Jake. Most like so far, there's an overwhelming preference for Monday, the 19th at 11 a.m. Central Time. So right after the governance call. Seems that Katia wouldn't be able to make it, unfortunately. So I don't know, maybe hopefully this can change. But otherwise, all other respondents have more time. That has 7 votes, and the closer one has 4 votes. Um, Also, Claire is kind of like on the like she said full attempt, but probably. Anyways, so that's how this is going right now. It will be great to have more votes. If someone else here has not casted their vote on the doodle, I'll just put it right now on the chat and chill it maybe a couple more times in Discord. And let's see.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
I'll
think
close this.
create like if you could fill out the event thing for me, we can create a calendar invite and then have some information about it so that we can spread it around. And I think like this week in the community call would be a good place to announce it. So if we can finalize the day and time by Thursday, I think that would be great. We could announce it in the community call and people can plan to join. My question is there anybody that hasn't participated in the doodle poll that we want to make sure is there? You know, I don't know if we want to make sure that like Lauren gets to join or Griff or Mitch or somebody, but if there's any people that haven't filled that out that we want for sure to be there, we should definitely reach out to them.
Okay, I can reach out to them. I mean, I think Lauren, Griff, and Mitch will definitely add a lot of things here from so long ago, and I will personally reach out to them and see if they have the ability and will and possibility of joining.
Yeah, and then if you could just fill out like that event template with the information and stuff, and if there's any communications that you want to do, like Twitter posts or things like that, just let's make a plan so that we can get the word out there.
Yeah, I will.
I mean, I don't know if we really want to do Twitter or anything. That seems like a kind of an internal activity, so we might not need too much. But okay, conflict resolution. Conflict resolution group already, which is Gravity. So we've got Nicola, Rainer, and Claire in the Gravity program as of right now. I know there are more Gravitons within Giveth. I'm just not sure any of them want to be super active, but I know like myself, I'm a Graviton and I'd love to be available if needed for certain things, but I probably wouldn't join a regular meeting around conflict resolution. But maybe there are some other people. So yeah, I just wanted to touch base on this and see if there's anything else that we needed to discuss about this.
I can comment on this. My intention with bringing this item in the meeting last time was just to bring awareness and maybe say that this could be a good place. I mean, this meeting could be a good place to talk about a conflict if there are any. So just to remind people that we are complete gravitons with certificates right now, and maybe just to bring if there are any issues or like conflicts arising, just to let know people that can be always brought to this meeting or contact us. Yeah, so just really just raise some awareness and plant some seeds for future. Last time I asked people if anyone noticed any conflict around, in the teams, and it seems like super peaceful and quiet. So there's no work for gravitons right now.
Yay! Great
Yeah.
news. Yeah, I think that sounds good. I think we can talk in this meeting, or at least as community builders, we're out there seeing what's going on. And so if there's something, that's happening that maybe we want to talk about, I also think that it's important that we respect people's privacy. So if there is like any specific cases going on, we probably don't want to like just talk about all the details and gossip with one another. So just to keep that boundary, I think is important. But I think for right now, since we are such a small team and it is pretty quiet, there's not a lot of conflict, that this can definitely be kind of a place for that until it shows that we need more space for it somewhere else. But I think this can be fine. Okay, the Twitter space already happened. I'm gonna remove this. Okay, Pluto View. Man, this has been waiting around for a while. I should help. Where are we at with this, Kutabe? Have we
So
made
I took over Ashley with this one, and I had a
perfect.
call with Eva last week, and she's really excited to like do like a bi-monthly kind of like thing event. But I told her like maybe we're gonna like hold on into doing something like that until we try out the minting and the selling of the NFT. So the next step would be like minting it. I thought maybe you could like it was gonna be brought up in the governance call yesterday, but if it hasn't, that's not a problem. Maybe it can be brought up next week. And yeah, so like the thing is, do we mint it in doing good or do we mint it in OpenSea? I think there was a forum post that it was decided to do it in doing good. So do I just do it like from my address or yeah?
I
Sorry,
would
Kotai?
recommend in that case to open like everyone can just open an account in doing good. Maybe you should ask I don't know if Ashley or Mitch about like which wallet, but I guess that if you're going to take ownership of this, it should be maybe just like a new wallet for you. And yeah, just like an open an account in the name of Giveth. I think also, Ashley, that you're going to have a call with Tomas from Doing Good. I'm not really aware of the plan that they're going to that what he wants to talk to you. I think that it's going to be about the DAO because it's going to open super recently. So maybe it should be good to ask Tomas in that conversation about this drop that is going to happen, because maybe it can be integrated in everything. Like Doing Good is going to launch the DAO and they are going to make a drop, and maybe these can be also part in some way, because again, I'm not really sure, but I think that DAOs will going to have like a different feature, just like to open an account or something. So maybe that would be good to ask.
Okay, yeah, I can check with them. So the wallet address that you're talking about creating a new wallet, is this the wallet that the funds would go to once the NFTs are sold, or is this the wallet that would be used just to sign in and manage the things?
Yeah, both. So it's going to be the one in which the funds are going to be added, and also to open the account.
Okay. So because what will happen with the funds once the NFTs are sold is they'll be donated to certain projects. So we'll try to go
I
ahead.
think the idea was to, like, the funds of the selling of the NFT, that they should go to the matching pool, the Giveth matching pool. No?
I think we already decided one was going to the matching pool, and then the other one, I can't quite. Do you remember what project we decided on, Katabe?
I think we decided both to the matching.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's fine. Yeah.
Also, sorry to interrupt, but you need to be mindful that how doing good works is that when you're setting up your account, you need to choose a social cause that's already on the platform, on the Doing Good platform. And then that's something that you need to do yes or yes in order to open the account. And which with each sale, a percentage of that of the total of the sale is going to also be donated to the social cause that you selected. So you need to be mindful that you can select from 5 to the 95% which percentage do you want to go for the social cause. Yeah, so only a quick note on that.
Yeah, I think that was the one bump that we were taking into consideration when we were thinking about using Doing Good, is that the Giveth projects aren't on there yet, and maybe that's something that I can talk with them in the call also today about. I know it's something that's been explored before, but like, what do we need to do to actually get our Giveth verified projects on Doing Good as causes for people to choose? And how that would work if we were to move forward there. But that's a much bigger task.
Yeah, and I also think actually that that's a great point. I think that in the past I talked about this with Kotabe, because Gitcoin matching pool is actually one of the social causes of doing good. So the same way that Gitcoin's matching pool is there, like, I think that's a really big partnership opportunity, just like to have Giveth matching pool as well, especially because like they're opening the DAO and everything. So yeah, I think that more than just maybe opening an account and then making a drop is worth more like have a conversation with them and see in which ways we can amplify this partnership. So maybe, yeah, it would be better to wait, or I don't know.
Okay, well, I have that call with them today. I will kind of talk with them, and then I will come back and update you guys on what I find out. But yeah, I think that that's going to be a lengthier process than what we want, because we've already been putting this Pluto View thing off for quite a while. So what do you guys think? Do we go ahead and mint it on there and just choose like the lowest percentage to go to one of the social causes that's already there, and then donate the rest to the matching pool? How do we move forward if we're going to choose Doing Good?
I just like working with NFTs, and in my personal experience, I would say if this is something that has been on hold for a long time, the easiest way would be just to put them on OpenSea, which is the easiest way, just to have them out. Because Doing Good, yeah, is kind of a more complex, not only because of the marketplace and the features, but also because it's kind of like a more potential partnership that can be explored in other ways. If we're looking for getting rid of these NFTs as soon as possible, then OpenSea is the easiest way, just like to put them up, and that's it. It's really fast and simple. But also, yeah, that would be just like my point of view, that it would be maybe easier, but I think that like both ways are good ways to go.
Yeah, I agree. I think that we should put them up on OpenSea. I honestly think that we'll probably get more for them selling them there. We can do some communications plans around whether we want to have an auction, but then I guess that's where these decisions come in more so, because then we have to choose if we want to auction them off or if we're just going to mint a certain number or what we're going to do. So it's like there's just so many decisions to be made that it's been really hard to actually come up with clear, decisive movement forward, because there's so many questions and we all have, I feel like none of us really know so much about how it all works that we can really make clear decisions. So we're kind of like, how does that, I don't know, like this is what I think, I think we should put it on OpenSea and maybe we want to auction it, but I've never done this before. But I guess that's part of this, is that it's all an experiment. So I don't know, Franco, you are taking this on and I am really grateful for that. But maybe we focus on just getting them up on OpenSea and then kind of explore like what we can do with doing good as like you say, like a more solid partnership or bridge with this.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine. Like, so do I continue and like, do I mint it in OpenSea? I've never done that before, but I think I can manage and learn how to do it,
I
or do you
agree
leave
with
it?
that. I think so too. And
Go ahead.
we had very low. So we had a forum post about this, but we had very low engagement. I sort of got diluted between 4 votes, 2 for doing good, 1 for OpenSea, and 1 for one of each. So I think that OpenSea makes a lot of sense, and I think if we had the vote now, it will change. So yeah, I agree with this perspective, Franco. And maybe someone that can help is Kire. He's kind of like always super helpful, and he has some experience with NFTs. So maybe he can, I don't know, respond any questions also if you have. He's managing the auction for Refi NFT. So yeah, I don't know. I can
Sorry,
connect you with him.
I
sorry,
think
who is?
Santigs great. Santigs would also be
Ah,
a great resource. But who did you say, Kotabe? Is that who you said?
No, I said T-Rex from Refi NFT.
okay.
He's kind of like always super interested in engaging more with Giveth, and and he's managing the Refi NFT auction, and I mean they raised almost 5 ETH on the first experiment, and now we'll see how much do they do for this mental health one. So I think will be a good person to ask.
Well, and also I know I spoke with Ava a little bit a while back, and she had mentioned that a lot of times the success, if you have an auction or something like this, you can get some people involved, but a lot of times like people want to see that you've sold some already in the past and like the past success. She said that the founder of Pluto View would be willing to purchase one of our NFTs, like just to kind of get the ball rolling. So I don't know if I would, if you want to take initiative on this and just explore and see what's the best way. I think that you have just as much knowledge as the rest of us in this call of how OpenSea works and how, what would need to be done. So if you wanted to go forward and if you feel like you get to a place where you're unsure or you need to check in, like you can check in this call or in a personal call or ask Santigs or T-Rex for some guidance. But I think that it's safe to just move forward. And as long as we're not spending too much money to do so, I think that it's fine. If there are decisions made
I
to
can
where
also help you. And sorry to interrupt you, Ashley, but I really don't think an action would be the best way to go because you have like the time limit. And honestly, as this is something like an entry or like entrance into like NFTs, I would suggest to put like maybe 10 editions of each one within a small amount, because like what actually get people away most of the time is the big prices. So I think that a better strategy would be just like to put like 10 or 20 editions with like a small amount, so to have more sales instead of just like one big sale. and then it can actually be like the Giveth community buying like this just like to help the DAO, but not like really an action. I would not say it's the best strategy for this, again, because like you have a limit time. Is more for like maybe to have an exhibition, or like several artists just like putting an exhibition in place, more than just like, I think this is like 2 NFTs, so an action, I don't know if it makes a lot of sense. So I would be more like into going for more editions on a less amount of price to have more sales and then more money. And then you can actually like chill the buyers on like socials or whatever. And also like we're not tying to like specific time with communications, right? And we don't like get the pressure of like, oh, go and buy. So yeah, if you want, I can help you with that. It's pretty simple, just like to upload an NFT, and we can choose Polygon that has less gas fees than Ethereum.
Thank you, Almond. That's great. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, Almond. Yeah, because I don't know anything. I haven't tried to use OpenSea or anything before, so I'm very new. So it's great to have your insight. And yeah, Franco, if you just want to take the flag on that one, and if you have questions along the way, feel free to check in with people. But I think it's a safe thing to experiment with.
Bronco, I
There's
just want
one
to
more
say,
thing. Sorry.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
I can
There's one
jump
more
in
thing.
too if you want. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, Katya, there's one more thing that I want to say about like the conversation with Eva, is that she mentioned that she has like this plan to kind of help the projects on Giveth to make the kind of the same process for making NFTs for different projects, so they can also sell them. And I just directed her to the maker chat and like told her that maybe she could do a promotion in there and see what the engagement was. That was it. Like, that was the conversation. Sorry, Katya, you
Okay.
can go now.
Oh no, I just wanted to say I've had not a lot, but I've had some experience with NFTs, so I'm happy to chip in and help in terms of anything that you need, because I've used those platforms, and I've also talked to some friends who have been on the launching NFT side. So I just wanted to share that because I have a little bit of knowledge in the space, and I'm happy to help if you need any support.
Yeah, thank you. Awesome. Every help is welcome.
Yeah. Yeah, and with the extending this platform to the projects and stuff, I really think that that's probably the best way is in the maker chat, or in a place where the thing is I don't know necessarily how to reach out to all our projects and describe this in a way that's useful for them. I feel like us having more sessions within our community, and then project makers are coming in and they participate in our sessions, and then they're like, how do I do this in my community? And that kind of seems like the best way to spread this type of technology. So I feel like the more sessions that we conduct, they will see and then kind of like follow in our footsteps. But like trying to send an email to everybody and be like, do you want to use this platform to create NFTs? Like, we tried sending an email about NFTs before, and then all our emails started ending up in the spam folder. So there's also like strategic things to do there, but we can talk a little bit more about it later. Let's at least get our NFTs up for sale first, and start like, at least once we get these up, we can start having more regular sessions. I just don't want the NFTs to keep piling up before we start posting them somewhere.
Perfect.
All right. On to, oh, I see grant. All these things are down here already. The donor roadmap. I don't see Jake on the call today, but maybe somebody could just kind of fill me in a little bit on this. Let's see.
I've chipped into that doc, so it's kind of like what happens to get people knowing about Giveth, what kind of documentation we share, kind of the process from when you first identify a prospect all the way to like closing and getting them on board. So that's what he's outlined there, and I've seen a couple people chipping in with ideas and
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll keep that on here and check in with it later when he comes back, but it doesn't seem like there's anything pressing that needs to be done. We already talked about grant round 15 and the GPS session. Did you want to check in about D-Work and builders, Kotabe?
Yeah, maybe just a quick update. I created a builders announcement Telegram group. So I've been participating on Eat Mexico, now Eat Time, and trying to kind of like get more builders, get more awareness of Giveth, and be able to participate. I met a person at Eat Online that might be interested on maybe like she's working on something very similar we will use for Give 5, which is
Cool.
a strategic project that we have on our roadmap. Um, so yeah, I'm just like I created this announcement chat on Telegram, and I've been telling them, hey, so we're probably going to have bounties for builders, and we're going to have some things that we want some help to build in a decentralized mode. Like, would you be interested in joining? And literally, I have had like 100% success. People say like,
Cool.
yeah, yeah, just like get me there. And I mean, it's a small group. Right now, it has like 8 builders, but all of them had like 5 of them were winners at Eat Mexico or finalists in Mexico, and a lot. And some people are very value aligned. I wouldn't say that they are super value aligned, but that also I don't think that they are like value divergent. So yeah, that's one of the updates.
Can you post a link
And
to that Telegram group somewhere where we can access it, like either in the chat here or in the agenda?
yeah, I shared it. I've been kind of like shyly shared it, not too
I'm
much.
sorry.
I shared it very shyly. I don't know. I haven't shared it that much, but yeah, I shared it now somewhere on the Discord, and let me just find it to share it right now here.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, I'd love to join just so I can keep up with what's going on, and maybe at some point we publicize the group a bit more. But I agree, maybe keeping it small at first is good.
Yeah, I haven't have actually shared absolutely anything there. So right now, just like building it up. And okay, where? Okay, here. I'm sharing it right now here.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
And regarding the work, give me 1 second to open it. We have, so we are running. Okay, so actually, since you were not here, I'll give you a full update. Basically, multisig is working. We already tested paying through the work, and it worked as a charm. We have a multisig with 8 people, and it needs 3 out of 8 signatures. We tested 6 signatures. I think we only need to test Mitch's and Heather, but all other signatures are working fine. Um, our first kind of like now official bounty with the system in place is the design for a nice POAP. It's paying $30 in gift tokens. Mitch wrote the specifications and it's open to submissions. So the winner will get to create the first, to create the first nice POAP. And then he also added like kind of like an winner will receive a contract to design a full set of POAPs. So it's not just like winning for like this $30, but also kind of like having more after that. It didn't have this explosive um, submissions like that had the first one, but it did had now some at least 2 people I think have submitted. Wait, one people have submitted, and another person said he's interested in submitting, and we shared it on our Twitter, so that also worked nicely. Um, so yeah, that's the development of this first one. I have not been working or focusing too much energy on the work these last couple of weeks because I didn't have the bandwidth. But now I want to return to it. I have some best practices of some things of configuration to do on the work, and some other part that really interests me is getting some development bounties there. We've talked about probably like having the affiliate program as a bounty for bidding. Like everyone that says that believes that they can create an affiliate program called bid on it, and maybe some other things. I will be talking with Monique on how to tie these nicely uh, with the roadmap that he has for development, so that yeah, everything is kind of like working coherently. I mean, we don't want to put too many things. We just want to like specifically start uh, on the most important things, and maybe I don't know. Also, maybe the most important one will be the Giveth API, so that we can actually boost innovation. So that's the update
Okay.
on this.
Thank you. And also, I know you've been holding a lot of torches lately, so I recognize that. And thank you so much because you're a lifesaver. I think that I have we have the bounty to create for the radio show that Miguel did. I'm not sure if it's on here, but I can talk to you about that later. So that will be a good test for bounties as well. But we only have a few more minutes of the call, so I want to touch on as many things as we can. Categories. I pulled up the document that Ahmad has created. And is this kind of essentially these are what we already have, or these are the ones that we would want to create? Where are we on this?
Yeah, these are the ones that we want to create. I mean, currently, I think we only have maybe 15 categories. So these are ones that we think we want to add. So at this stage, it's mainly just brainstorming what people think about these. And would they add any, would they take any out? And then next stage is then to add short descriptions to each of them, like maybe 1 or 2 sentences. And then once we have those 2 things, then we'll share it with the dev team, and then they'll plan to implement it.
Okay. Do you think it's valuable to create a forum post and collect more wider feedback from the community? Or do we want to keep this a little bit more internal?
I was thinking starting with us because we're like the closest to the project first, and then maybe after we ourselves decide, I think, yeah, then after that we could post it as a forum post and get wider feedback.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it seems like we're on track here. If anybody wants to get into this document and help just either add something or make comments or, help to create these like little short descriptions, I think that'd be really helpful. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What's next? Categories need description. Okay, fundraising 101 recordings and feedback. Yeah, it seems like this would be a communications thing. We had talked about Ben's augmenting that one, and I think that he did, but we can talk about this in communications. Community call spotlight. This is something I wanted to talk about because this week it was scheduled for Burning Man people to maybe share a little bit, and I really don't think that people are ready yet. So
Yeah,
this week,
sorry, I
no,
didn't
it's
move it, but you're right. That's for next week. So it's the other way. Miguel is this week and Berners is next week. Sorry, I didn't update it.
Can do you think that we can uh, how to say it, like just move Miguel for another week too, because this week I invited the guys from Eat Dump, Pow Dump. I'm sorry, my English right now is horrible. Pow Dump, and it's very time sensitive because basically they will be launching the DApp that day because of the merge. So it will be, I think, a great opportunity for us. And they plan to donate 25 to 33% of the fees to Giveth projects.
Sure, I don't mind. Maybe we should really, yeah, I was going to suggest to pin this document in whatever Ashley thinks would be the best place for update these and not try to not move the agenda. So yeah, I can just tell Miguel that we are going to have someone else this week, and Burners can be next week, and then Miguel can be next week. Burners it was just only an idea, because I think that a lot of people of the team have questions of how it was, and more like of curiosity. I was thinking that maybe some insights were good, because like there were also some like talks that were happening, and also it has like this decentralized vibe that it would be good to share, and just like to make the team like, I don't know, knowledge or aware of what would happen. I think it would be like good to share, but it was only a suggestion. It's not.
Yeah, I
set
think
in
it's a good
stone or
idea,
anything.
and I think like in the future it will be better. But yeah, I just think people, I mean, they're still cleaning the equipment and stuff, but we have a plan to have like a central media place where we can all share photos and stuff. So I think if we do it in a couple weeks, people will be a little bit more decompressed, and we'll have some media to share, and we'll have like, you know, some ideas to share. But right now it's just too soon, and the like they're still really cleaning up on stuff. So yeah, I will post this document. I'll make a pinned message in the Communitas headquarters, so that if anybody ever wants to schedule a community spotlight, we'll keep track of it here. Just want to put who added it, and also like keep in mind that if you can add their website, their Discord, their Twitter, their GitHub, like anything, we can then put links on the slide to these things. But if you just come in and write like almond and the good dollar, then I don't have, like, I have to go and Google it and try to find it. But if you can add a link to like their website or something, then I can go and get some media to put on the slide for that week, whether it be like a logo or you know, add links to things. So that's really helpful, and I'll pin this in the Communitas headquarters channel, so we can keep track and be on the same page with one another, so we're not double booking things.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Um,
And also, I forgot. Actually, also next week I told the standard, because I also offer the spotlight for the standard. They created their post, and they want to create 2 region farms. Anyways, I can put it in there. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to figure out what to do with the double booking stuff. I think Miguel is pretty flexible, so we can put him in places. So the standard didn't show up on the first. Is that what happened?
Yeah, exactly. The good dollar showed, but the standard didn't happen.
Okay. I'm sorry, you guys, we didn't make it all the way to the end of the agenda, and we are at the top of the hour right now. There's one thing that I want to check in with you, Almond, and maybe we can do that later, but this AMA that's happening tomorrow, we need to create an event like info thing so that we know. Usually we probably would have done this a long like in advance, but we can talk about this between the two of us when we sync up later.
Sure,
But we
I
want
was
to,
going actually to ask you that. Yeah.
yeah, we can sync on that. And then, yeah, I'm sorry that we didn't get a chance to talk about all this stuff, Katya and Rainer and everybody, but at least I'm starting to get a little bit more caught up. And yeah, is there anything that's really pressing on either of these two things that needs my attention now?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I know that you've got to settle back in a little bit too, so let's at least get back in the forum and we'll talk about some of these discussions. I know they're down here at the bottom. Right here, there's these two forum posts, so we'll come back to that and just get settled back in. You guys feel free to reach out to me on any of these things if they need my attention. We can set up personal calls or something, or we can set up a hack session if we need to as a group go through some of these things. But I feel like a little bit back on the right page. So thank you guys all for filling me in and keeping me up to date. And if any of you want to have any kind of like personal sync calls or anything, let me know. I've got one with Almond and Franco today. And yeah, just to help me kind of get back in and support you in whichever way I can. So yeah, thank you guys all for coming, and it's so great to see you all again. It feels really good to be back. And yeah, I'll see you in the comments. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lee.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
See you. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.